Welcome back to the Scrum. We asked you guys who our very first guest should be. We polled everything, as we told you on our last episode, and you gave us a clear-cut number one, and we went out and got him. So welcome today, our friend and yours.
We have our first guest. Finally. We've been waiting. Everyone's been waiting. And here he is, my former teammate, buddy, Corey Perry. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Literally, you were the most voted person. Like,
Wow.
you were the
Wayne Gretzky.
That's a good group to be a part of, I guess.
It's a sturdy group, and Wayne had something today. So, no, like, genuinely, you were the top voted person. Everybody was like, I want to hear from Corey. I want to know what he, like, where his head's at, where he's been, how he's feeling, how fans feel about him, and we're stoked. So when Nate was like, I don't know if he does stuff like this, but
yeah, I've been doing too many, I guess. No.
Yeah,
But
I know you definitely. It's not your forte.
Not my
so,
forte,
yeah.
but it's fun, it's interesting, so a lot of fun today.
Why
awesome.
not?
Well,
Why
we're
not?
stoked to have you, and I think
thank you.
it's a nice testament to what you've done to still be a fan favorite. 20 years in is pretty special, and we're stoked to have you here.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
People comment so many things. They're like, we need Perry because we gotta talk about this. We want to talk hockey. I think one of the main things that people have noticed through your whole career is that we discussed with Nate too is your superstitions.
This
And
is
I don't know
true.
if we want to call them that or we just want to call it routine.
I call it routine.
Okay, routine. I like that. I like that. Could you walk us through some of your routine?
How much time we have?
Buddy, we got all day.
As much as
We'll-
you
As
want,
much of
buddy.
as much of your routine, like I know guys have told us like, oh, I have a playlist that starts when I leave my house. So I don't know how far back in your day it goes. As much as you're willing to share, I'd love to start from the top
Oh, man.
and walk us through. Start wherever you want, and if you want to
I'm
admit
sure
something
Nate could
where you're
probably go through it.
I remember
step by
some,
step.
but I'll let
like,
him.
Nate had a few that he was like,
I'll let him describe it, and he
Yeah.
can. And you don't obviously. He's not going to probably go off every second, but I remember it was down to the second.
It's
Sorry,
down
go
to
ahead.
Yeah, no, he's right. It's down to the second. It's all about time on the clock.
okay,
Like real time on the clock, not
Okay.
like when the 60-minute clock starts or whatever before
Yep.
the game. It's all about real time.
Okay.
It kind of starts when I leave the house. Don't leave the house at exactly the same time, but roughly, I know when I have to leave. When I'm getting up, it's always the same time. And then getting to the rink. I mean, I have my routine. I do. I
Okay.
get to the rink. I have a cold tub. Grab my stick, start doing my stick. My stall has to be a certain way. Trainers probably don't like that because every time I get to the rink, I'm moving stuff around, but they get used to it.
Yeah, of course.
And then, after the meeting, it's right to the bike,
Okay.
and a little workout, and then at 5:47, a little back crack.
Oh, at a specific time. I love this.
Oh yeah, 5:50. I'm out in the hall.
Is this a self-administered back crack, or are you going into a trainer?
No, the trainers help me out.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's not even a back ride. It's just something in my head. Another
Yeah.
thing to do. I got to do that.
Yes.
So at that time.
Yeah.
And then 5:50, I'm in the hall for an actual stretch, and I go sit with the trainers for 15 minutes, and just decompress and get ready to think about the game. And
Mhm.
and I'm sure everybody knows I go to the ice with my stick and hang out for a little bit.
Yep.
And that's 40 on the game clock.
Okay.
Come in at 36 and get dressed 10 minutes before. It's easy.
It's simple.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, you're at this point too where I feel like you're the hockey equivalent of. There was like a joke of a grandma who said like, I hope I live to 100 because I'm going to make something wild up and say I ate a pine cone every day, and that's how I lived. So, like whatever.
Yeah.
Where you're the testament that anybody that knocks, you're like, well, I've been in the NHL for 20 years, so young guys might be like, I need a routine.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
what I need.
that was the thing when I first came in the league. Randy was big on routine,
Mm.
and he was like, "You need a routine." Not just me, all the young guys that were
Yeah.
there. You need a routine. You need to not just sit on the couch and watch sports and then hop on the ice and play. You
Yeah.
need a routine every day.
Like Getsy did.
just like Getsy did. But so it was instilled in me, right from the start, and I could probably go through my routine, without even looking at the clock. I would know exactly when.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what keeps you. You're like, okay, we're walking out right now.
Yeah.
What caused you to make an adjustment to it?
I don't know if there's been too many. There's probably been additions rather than subtractions.
Nothing comes out of the routine.
No, nothing.
But things get added.
Things got added.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, when you mentioned a time of a 57, I was like, oh, we've had to we've had to really fit some things in here.
Yeah,
What I remember though, and not to cut you off as well, I won't forget, and I'm sure you're still doing it, is the high kicks.
Yeah.
The high kicks.
See, I didn't go. I didn't
okay.
go right into detail on what the stretches were, but yeah.
One of them is high kicks on his way to the bike. I know that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's still part.
Those are still part of it.
Yeah,
They're
that's
in
still
there.
in there.
I love it.
They're
Okay.
in there.
That's good.
You have to show me what that looks like after.
I don't know if I'd be able to do that still. I know he can, but I don't know if I can still.
Were you not routine based like this?
I was routine
Different
based.
routine.
I was routine based, and I would say that Pears was a part. Like, I remember when I was in Anaheim with him, he's always the last guy off the ice in warm ups. But but after wins, I remember we had like kind of the same handshake where it was like up top, down low.
Yeah.
He was last one on, or him and Getsy usually. But yeah, I was a part of his routine.
You became a part of it.
I became
He's
a part
like,
of it.
Nate's here. Okay, I think I could fiddle him in.
Yeah.
See?
One of these
See,
spots.
some things were added.
Pears,
okay.
I want to ask you, go back a little bit. Obviously, being from Peterborough and growing up there, like what or who got you into hockey? And like, I mean, obviously, you've had the career you've had, but there has to be some people that you grew up with or coaches that were pillars in your career, I guess, or the start of your career.
When I was young, my dad always had the outdoor rink going. We lived way up north in Hillsbury, Ontario. It's north of North Bay. So it got cold, and it got cold in a hurry and early, and it was, it's the north. And so you have the outdoor rink, and I remember he was out there minus 40, minus 50 degrees Celsius, and he's, getting the rink ready, putting the boards up, and the fence, instead of glass, it was fence. And my brother and I were out there before school, after school, and really couldn't get us off the ice. And it started right there. It's probably why my toes still hurt when I out here, because they were probably a little frostbite. But it's just what was instilled in me at an early age, and they did everything to help us get to the next level. And the big one was probably Dale Hunter and Mark Hunter in London. They ran the nights like it's an NHL team, and they still do, and that's why they're still good, and that's why they're still winning. And you can't thank those guys enough, because they get you ready for that next level. And you see how many guys have come out of that organization to play in the NHL and be Hall of Famers, be superstars in this league. And what they've done for players, and just teaching the teaching aspect of what it means to be a pro.
We have a lot of London Knights fans that are going to be watching this, and I guess being a part of that Memorial Cup team, and I remember being in the CHL at the same time and seeing the rankings, and it was London Knights first all season. All season. Never changed. But like, talk about that team, the guys on it, obviously just, I mean, how special it was. I mean, I think probably the best CHL team to ever win the Memorial Cup, I think. You probably agree.
It's crazy how we did last year. We just had our 20-year anniversary of the team, and team of the century, and celebrating the Memorial Cup. And I was fortunate enough to go back and see a bunch of guys I haven't seen in a while, in probably 20 years. There were some guys that I haven't seen. They all got kids, they're all married now, and it was great to be back and be a part of that. And that season started off on the right foot, I guess you could say, going 29-0-2 and setting a record for the CHL. And and we knew we were hosting the Memorial Cup, and we knew we were going to go and play in the Memorial Cup, but we had other things in mind too. We wanted to win the league. We wanted to go in the front the right way. And I don't think anybody knew we were going to start like that. But it just continued, and Mark and Dale gave us every opportunity. Went out and found some older guys, Brian Rodney, Dan Girardi, and they brought those guys in to help us, and I think it worked out.
I think it worked out pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think we lost 9 games, including playoffs, all season. So
this is ridiculous.
And you're probably pissed about all 9.
We were. It didn't end well.
Yeah, that's
so
great.
You brought up your hockey journey. We saw each other this weekend at the rink. Our sons played against each other. Your son was victorious in the game. But what's some differences between your son's journey now, growing up in Southern California? Is there different pressures maybe than your dad put on you, or that you're putting on him, or is there any pressure, or is it just like he wants to play because his dad's playing? Or
I don't put any pressure. If he wants to play, he can play. If he wants to play baseball, he can go play baseball. It doesn't matter to me. If he doesn't want to play sports, do whatever makes you happy. But he loves the game of hockey. Yeah. And everything's hockey. But he does other sports. He does play baseball. He does play, flag football. He plays lacrosse. So he mixes it up. And I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer in go be a kid. Don't focus on one thing. Go be a kid and play everything. And then, once you're older, down the road, 14, then you got to start deciding on, where you want to go. It's, he's 8 years old. He's not going to make the NHL next year. So, sure. But I love going to the rink with him. I love just going in the corner and watching the game. I was on the bench, when during our game, our coach missed, so I had to be. I was a fill-in, and it's exciting. You find it exciting because that's your kid out there, that's his team, and you see the bond that they have. Like, all those kids love each other, and they love when they go to the rink. It's just like when we play, and when I'm still playing, when I go to the rink, we love our guys in the dressing room. Yeah. Those are your buddies. That's family. It's brothers. And you see the same thing at 8 years old. Yeah, no, I agree. My son's the same way. Loves hockey, loves everything about it. And you said you're on the bench. I was on the bench recently. I don't want to be on the bench. I don't know if you felt like that, but I was like, and one of our coaches, I have 2 boys, asked me, he's like, hey, do you want to fill in? And I was like, I'm just going to watch from the stands. This is too much. Good. It's a lot. Youth hockey's too much behind the bench. It's hard because, you don't really see, like, I like going and just watching my guy. Like, I watch, obviously you watch the game and watch what's going on, but you don't really get to see how he's playing, or because I don't get to go too often. Luckily now they have Live Barn where you can zoom on your phone, and when I'm on the road I can tune in, but even then I'm still missing shifts, missing games. We got stuff going on, so I just like going, sitting in my corner and paying attention to the game, and I love watching. Yeah, that's great. It's we have Gudis' son on our team, and it's the same thing. We when we practice at Great Park, so it's like he's out there, but it's great when his son's on the ice. He's just a hockey dad. He sits there. Everyone kind of gives him a space, and he's just it goes from being an NHL player to just a hockey dad. Yeah, and it's interesting to see. It's great because we're all, another hockey dad. Exactly. We're all in this together. We're all in it together. Yeah, that's that's great. Yeah, it's fun. You get to meet other people too. As I meeting a bunch of 13 other people or other families, and you're just another person on the team, and doesn't matter what you do. Yeah, you play in the NHL, and you see them at games, but you're just another dad. Yeah.
When you're working the bench, are the kids coming to you? They're like, hey, when I'm coming around the corner here, you're like, oh man, I can't give you that much advice, but like,
no, it's I actually ran a D yesterday, so I had there was 5, so they had the rotation. I didn't have to do anything. They knew the rotation. Yeah. And I just opened the door and let the 2 go out, 2 come in, and they get ready, and 2 go out, 2 come in.
Oh, that's great.
So it is, you're helping them a little bit when you see something, but
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's
Is there ever any? I mean, you have a very specific style of play that you've been known for forever.
Mhm.
Is there ever anything with your son where, you know, he maybe goes on
God.
YouTube and sees some of the antics, and you're like,
That's
okay,
yeah, I was going to ask.
Maybe-
You were thinking what I was thinking.
he's like, should I, you know, when I skate by the bench, should I grab somebody's stick and just keep going?
Oh
And
yeah,
you're like,
he doesn't need any help on that part. No, he does not need any help.
it's just in the blood.
Yeah, I had to actually talk to him the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the buzzer would go and he'd give it a little extra push, and on the way off, I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Stop. He's like, well, you do it. I'm like,
Yes.
so I just say, yeah, I guess, but you know, you're 8 years old.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
like, okay, so at what age can I give the extra jab? You're like, oh,
Oh,
man,
Yeah,
14.
I have
yeah,
the same conversations with my son.
yeah.
But they say it's easier to turn him down than it
Right.
is to turn him up.
Turn him up. Yeah.
So
100%.
it's, you know, I mean, we've played each other. Our kids have played each other a couple times this season, and I believe both of our sons have given it to each other a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and I always laugh because it's just, you know, because my son's always smiling. He loves it. He is not in any way. He's aggressive, but not in a mean way. He's just
Mhm.
like, if someone's going to give it to me, I'm going to give it back, and
Yeah.
I'm going to do it with a smile, and I'm going to skate as
Yeah.
hard as I can, and you know, so
Griff's a big protector goalie kind of guy. If anybody comes in,
oh,
yeah. So he, somebody comes in, a little jab,
yeah.
he's right in there. His gloves might be coming off here shortly.
Yes.
I
That's
love it.
great.
Uh,
That's amazing.
No, it's fun. It's fun watching, and like you said, it's easier to bring him down than it is to be like, hey, you got to get in there and
Yeah.
you know, battle for that puck, or
Yeah.
you know, push somebody around just to get, you know, not push them out of the way, just get them out of the way and get the puck, and,
Yeah,
and just battle hard. It's easier to turn them down
Yeah.
on that part.
for sure.
We've been obviously fans forever, but we were going through your career and look at all these cities you've played in and all this stuff, and it's interesting because Carlin and I in the off season were talking about what the Kings were going to do or whatever, and I sort of jokingly was like, you guys need a guy like Perry. You need somebody with a little jam, can kind of get guys going, whatever. And she was like, oh, that's an interesting thought. And then you signed here, and we were like, oh my God, like, did we will this into existence? And, you know, Kings fans obviously hated you forever from
Yeah, a few times.
several different
I
times
made
and
a
places.
joke in the playoffs because when you came out last playoffs, you came out and you got booed, and I made a comment like, if he was on the Kings, they would be loving him. And then
But then you signed here, and people were still like, we'll see.
Yeah.
And then you had the start you did, and it's like people were like, all right. And then now it's like people love you, and it's you've turned another fan base. And it's funny because it's like you spent the first part of your career on the Ducks. You were with the Ducks for so long.
Mhm.
You made the whole league hate you, and then you're just going one by one, and you're like, everybody's like, he's actually a pretty good
He
guy.
grows on you.
He's a pretty good guy, actually. It's kind of fun. Was it nervous at all for you coming here, knowing like I battled these fans forever, and I have another fan base to win over? Like, do you think about that at all?
Great question.
Thanks.
It's yes, you kind of, it's kind of, I wouldn't say nerve wracking, but like you know what's going on.
Mhm.
14 years against this team when I was down in Orange County, and the playoff rivalry, and it you know, it started. It was a rivalry.
Yeah.
You know, it was there was hate between both teams, and
Mhm.
you know, it was fun to be a part of.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you know, knowing that there was much dislike, and you know, coming to the team, that I knew I had to try to win them over. And I said to my first press conference, I'll just let my play do the talking, and we'll go
Mhm.
from there.
Yeah.
And you know, hopefully that's like you said, hopefully it's worked.
I think it's working.
All right,
What do you think?
we gotta keep making it work.
Yeah, keep making it work. I
Work,
mean,
work at it day by day.
you guys have been buzzing though. This line,
Yeah.
me and Nate were at the
Yeah.
game together on Friday, and we're like, I love this line. This is like high energy. You and Malott are amazing,
Turk too, yeah.
and
Yeah.
it seemed like Kings, like that was when the Kings fans that were around us were getting excited. I'm like, that's a great sign. Like, you're buzzing. I think you've won some people over.
Yeah, like those two guys, they work
Yeah,
hard. Like,
Yeah.
Malley's, he's in on the forecheck everywhere. Turk's buzzing around. you know, and we're a forechecking, grinding, cycling line, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I can't skate up and down the ice 3-4 times a shift. That's not fun.
Yeah, no, we don't want to do
I
that.
won't last long.
We don't want to do that.
No, so I like to play in inside the zone, and they do too. So it's kind of worked out.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Speak about pairs, like, and we, I mean, like, I played a long time. We played together, was it 10 years ago, maybe a little less than that. And, you know, I guess, you know, I'll ask you, like, what's a credit to your longevity, but is it, I guess we know it's off the ice and everything, but is it a mindset? Is it like an adaptability? Like, speak about how you've been able to evolve and keep your career as long as you have, really.
You know, obviously, it's probably all the above, like the adaptability to, you know, going from a top line player to a fourth line player and play up and down and in spurts, and being able to produce and not get too down because you're not playing as much. Or, you know, one game you might play 8 minutes, the next game you might play 17, next night you might be back down to 9 even though you had a great game. You know, it all depends. You just got to be able to go with the flow and just keep it even keel. And that's kind of my mindset, is just come in every day, smile on your face, and let's get to work. Like, you can only play this game for so long, and you want to win, and we're only in this for one goal, and that's to lift that Stanley Cup at the end of the day. And you know, we'll do whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I don't think people realize, is like, you've played every role. Like, you've gone from, you said, Hart Trophy, 50 goals, first line to fourth line, and you've been up and down the lineup. But then we see you in the playoffs, and you keep doing the thing you're doing, and it's, honestly, man, it's so impressive. It's been fun to watch, because I don't think people understand the levity of that, of how hard it is to do that year in, year out, and be a glue guy like you've been in your career.
It's, you know, people always say, like, how it must be easy to play with top players. It's like, people are asking me that last year playing with Connor and Leon in the playoffs, and I just kept saying, oh, it's hard because you got to think faster than they do, because they already know what they're doing before they do it. So you got to kind of read off. You got to be able to see the play before they already get the puck, and you know, that's where it gets hard. It's not playing hockey. It's reading the situations, reading the game, and you know, that's one thing that probably kept me in this league, is my IQ, where I can kind of read those plays and be ready and know what's going to happen, and that's helped me along the way. So you know, it's this game's fun, and I love just being, like I said, I love just being around the rink and being with the guys and being on the road and going to dinners, and you know, it's just who I am, and I don't want to change that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Brian's just taking it all.
I'm taking it all in, because I mean, I really only speak. They're the hockey guys. I'm the hockey dad. So you know, just living. You know, I have a 12U player and an 8U player, and seeing what they're doing, and it's like they say the same thing now. At you know, my 12U player, it's like he just loves being around the guys and you know, practicing. He's in the backyard shooting pucks and doing all these things, and you know, to hear you say you just love doing it after all this time is great. I do have a question. You're talking about like playing with Connor and Leon, and having to be maybe not a step ahead of them, or is it how much off ice prep, like video work and stuff like that, are you doing? I mean, I know you do video stuff with the team, but do you do anything extra outside of that to, you know?
There was a little bit there. Yeah, you had to, you know, especially on the power play. You know, they were all over the place. You know where Leon was going to be, but Connor's kind of all over the place. But he has his tendencies, and just get open.
Yeah.
just go to the net and get open.
Just get open. But yeah, because it's not easy playing with a guy that fast, that skilled, and the IQ he has, the vision. So, you know, it's fun playing with him. Don't get me wrong. But you know, it is hard, because he's a perfectionist, and he wants that puck, and he wants you to be in that right spot. But So he has to have guys that can do that with him.
There's I don't know, what do we call it? Do we call it a
Stat line?
I don't know if it's a stat line or if it's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
You and Scott Niedermeyer are the only two people that have won
Yep.
literally everything.
Yeah.
And we were going through, not that we wanted to fact check it, but we're like, this is real. We got into it a couple times. It's real, you know.
Oh, I know
You
exactly
know.
where you're going with it.
Do you and Scott ever talk about that? Like, do you ever
I
hit
never
him with,
have, no,
you never have?
no,
Oh my gosh.
because I know what you're talking. I know where you keep going. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, I mean, you two have won at every level.
Yep.
The only two people that have done it. Unreal.
Internationally and NHL.
Internationally,
yeah.
NHL, like, it's straight up insane. We were just going through it. We're like, how is this possible? Like, we started going through some things, and that was my question: was if you and Scott, you played together for a long time, and it never got mentioned.
I think he has one more.
Oh, is this why you guys never talk about it?
No, but I haven't been able to be a part of it. It was a Spengler Cup. I think he has a Spengler.
Spengler Cup. Okay.
Yeah, I think he has the Spengler Cup on me.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you're trying to not bring it up because he's the one that won't bring it up. He'll be quiet.
Yeah. No, yeah, I've known about this ever since the World Cup in 2016.
Yeah.
That was the one. It was the World Championship I got in 16.
Yep.
And then the World Cup in 2016.
Do you remember when we were in Anaheim and I think it was the year we had a real tough start and we had a meeting and Murph came down and he started giving it to all of us.
Okay.
About, not playing well, calling out singular guys, older guys, veteran guys.
Oh.
Called out all of us and then went to Scotty and Scotty was leaning against the wall and he was kind of asking everyone how many cups they had, how long it's been since Pairs and Gets won, whatever. And Scotty's sitting on the wall. I don't know if you remember that. And he goes, Scotty, how many cups have you won? He goes, 4. But he said it in a way where it was like, I'm embarrassed, but I have 4 cups.
Don't pull me up. Like going guy for guy. How many cups?
Yeah.
0,
Yeah.
0, 1, 4.
I guess that leads my last question. I had to ask you this, Pairs, because you've played with Getzlaff, Timu, Stamkos, Kucherov, McDavid, Draisaitl. The list goes on and on and on from every team. Pronger, all these guys, Niedermeyer, played internationally with guys. I'm not even including guys internationally. Like, what do you take from those guys, or what do you think you have in common with those guys that, that you've learned, I guess, from over the course of your career playing with all those guys?
The drive, the will. Those are the big things. You see all these superstars and Hall of Famers that I've played with, and they all have one thing that it all comes back to is how hard they work. And it's sometimes you don't even see it. It's behind the scenes, and it's in the gym. It's on the ice early for practice. Cooch was always on the ice, half an hour before guys. You see him stick handling, shoot, stick handle, shoot. He did that every day. And it's just those little things that you start to pick up on, and you're like, wow, that's why, right there, like that.
Yeah.
And you see it. You see what he does in a game, the stick handle shot on the power play, or he's always around that little dot area, and he works on it religiously. Rims on the wall, how he picks the puck up off the wall. All those little things that people don't see. They just think, oh man, he's skilled. They all work at it. Everybody works at whatever they have to work at their craft. And, that's the biggest thing is the drive, the will, and the work ethic.
That's great. As your role has changed, you said it's changed over the years, top line, fourth line, all over the place. Mm-hmm. Do you adapt what you're working on in like those situations you're talking about, like the extra ice time? Are you changing what that skill set is all the time, or have you had the same?
I've kind of always been the same. Mm-hmm. Just I'll stay out, and this morning, like obviously this morning I went out. We had a day off yesterday, so I went out, shot some pucks, stayed off here, shot some pucks, and some days I'll do tips or all these kind of things. Like, that's just my forte, I guess. Yeah. And you just learn as you go. I was pretty fortunate when I was young to have Pronger and Niedermeyer and Solani those guys, they did all the extra stuff too. They stayed out, shot pucks, and that's what it's all about. It's just getting better for the next day and getting ready.
And are you putting those? We talk about like routines important from a young age and all these things. Are you finding that, having joy, giving that to some kids here?
Yeah, it's fun teaching new guys. This game goes by fast. This is my 21st year in the league. I remember my first year coming in at 20 and playing my first game and not knowing what's ahead.
For sure.
And here we are, 1,400 games later and still going.
Yeah, I mean, you have teammates who are closer to Griffin's age than your age.
I know.
But I think that's cool. I think that's a testament. Like, you're here.
Well, yeah, I mean, I saw a guy the other day. He said he's a grandpa. It's crazy. It's life, but it goes by fast.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, they're lucky to have you.
Well, I think we got to finish with, our podcast being Scrum culture, and Pears, you're the epitome of Scrum culture for us. When it comes to how hard you play, the pro you are, how long you've played. To me, you're first ballot Hall of Famer. We want to know the Scrum that we think of the most when we think of Corey Perry is the water bottle of Jeff Carter's gloves.
Yeah, there's a few good ones.
Yeah, and we just want to hear your point of view and what you were thinking at that time, so we can let the fans know. Just what?
It was just in the way.
Just in the way. That's it.
I always spray my water bottle right there. His gloves just happen to be there. That's on him, kind of.
Yeah. No.
He wrote his gloves there
too.
were messing up your routine, basically.
Yeah, they're kind of right in the middle, and I was trying to get off the ice.
Yeah.
I thought my shift was over, and no, but there's been some good ones. So that's probably the one that's been most talked about.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I grabbed some water and they were sitting there. I knew exactly whose gloves they were.
Oh yeah.
I knew, and it's Karts is a good friend of mine too, so it was kind of, I just had to do it. Then there's a stick one in Carolina, going by the bench. I don't know. He just didn't want to get another stick. I guess the trainer was right there to give him another one, but he wanted that one. But that's mine now.
I think that's part of what's perfect about your mindset going through that is you threw him like you could have grabbed another stick. Logically, grab a stick, move along. But you rattled him mentally for long enough that he didn't even go for the change.
He didn't even know what to do.
He had no idea what to do.
I would have frozen him. I would have just grabbed another stick. It wouldn't have bothered me.
Because your mind's already in the jungle. He's not even. He's still processing.
Yeah, but he was waiting for somebody to come on. He was just sitting on the boards ready to go. He wasn't going at that moment, so I just said, well, you're not going at all, I guess. There's that one, and there's the Marian Hossa one in the playoffs. So I just grabbed it and looked at his curve and dropped it, and he just stood there like, what?
I do remember that one. I remember that one too. He looked like he was embarrassed. Like, what just happened?
Okay, I mean, for a second, I just looked at the curve and I just dropped it and skated away. Those things happen. Like, you just come to they just come out. I don't even think about it. It just comes out.
I remember Getsy sometimes playing with Pears, and Getsy being on the bench when he wasn't on the ice and being like, Pears being Pears again,
here we go.
Him doing his thing, just natural. It's just natural.
You're not driving to the rink and you're like, what can I get into today?
Oh, absolutely
no.
Driving to the rinks, it's just watching the road and chilling and listening to music. I don't even think about the game, just because that's just my alone time. And it's when I get to the rink, I start thinking about the game. But all that stuff just happens.
Opportunity presents itself and you take it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
There's a good lesson in that, I think.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate you coming on. And
no problem. Thanks for having me. First guest. That's special. Thanks,
First
guest. It's locked in. Nobody can ever take that away. So maybe when you talk to Niedermeyer,
it's official.
Be like, hey, your Spangler Cup's cool, but have you been on Scrum Culture?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. We got to look that up, but I'm pretty sure it's he does have the spine go.
We'll have to fact check that one. Yeah.
If he doesn't, we'll humble him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll let Scott know.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Corey. I really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.